Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the AFC House, the home of Asian football, here in Kuala Lumpur. We are here today for the official draw ceremony of the AFC Under-20 Asian Cup 2025 qualifiers, which will kick off in September this year. I'm Magat Kamil, and it is my honor to be your MC this afternoon, where I will take you through the ceremony. Today's draw will determine the qualification journeys of 45 teams for the next AFC Under-20 Asian Cup, which will be the 42nd edition. 15 berths are available, and these teams will join the People's Republic of China, who have been awarded the hosting rights for the competition, subject to the ratification by the AFC Executive Committee. And before we move on, let us take a quick recap of last year's edition of the competition, where Uzbekistan secured their first ever trophy.
Remember my nickname. I'm back in the game. Remember my nickname. The crowd shouts it loud. If your lights are going out, I am coming straight from the underground. I'm back in the game. Remember my nickname. My team will be proud of me. All for the victory, making a new history. I'm back in the game. Right now I'm in beast mode.
Plenty of wonderful moments right there, as well as exciting highlights, of which there will be more to come, I am sure. Next up, we will be explaining to everyone exactly how this draw will work. So please, turn your attention to the screen for the draw mechanism video.
AFC Under-20 Asian Cup 2025 Qualifiers Draw Mechanism. Following the confirmation of entries and the decision of the AFC Competitions Committee on May 24, 2024, to award the hosting rights of the AFC Under-20 Asian Cup 2025 to China PR, subject to ratification by the AFC Executive Committee, the following 45 teams will participate in the AFC Under-20 Asian Cup 2025 qualifiers. 45 participating teams will be divided into 10 groups, with each group to be played in a centralized league format as follows. Depending on the number of teams in each group, the following match sequence shall apply. All matches shall be played in accordance with the AFC competitions calendar, and the match schedule will be determined by the AFC after the draw. The 10 group winners and 5 best-ranked runners-up across all groups will qualify for the AFC Under-20 Asian Cup 2025. Participating teams are seeded into 5 pots based on the final ranking of the previous edition of the competition, which took place in Uzbekistan in 2023. The teams which did not participate in the previous edition and have not been ranked shall be allocated into Pot 5. At the beginning of the draw, the host associations of the qualifiers will separately be allocated to an additional hosts pot to ensure that they are drawn into different groups. The host associations shall be drawn into each group in accordance with their seeding as per the seeding and pot allocation principles. 45 participating teams are divided into 5 pots, with 1 additional host's pot to be utilized for the draw. These host associations will be identified by different colored balls. The draw will commence with the host's pot, followed by the order of pot 5, pot 4, pot 3, pot 2, and pot 1 to ensure that the highest seeded teams are drawn last. Each pot will be completely emptied before moving on to the next pot. Participating teams from the host's pot will be drawn into the respective positions of each group in alphabetical order and in accordance with their seeding. For example, if a participating team initially seeded into pot 2 is drawn, it will be placed into position 2 of the respective group. Subsequently, participating teams from pot 5 will be drawn into position 5 of the first possible group in alphabetical order. The same procedures shall apply for all remaining teams in the order of pot 4, pot 3, pot 2, and pot 1. This shall conclude the draw for the AFC Under-20 Asian Cup 2025 qualifiers.
Now that we are clear on how things will proceed, let's welcome to the stage our draw conductor for the afternoon, Mr. Avazbek Berdikulov, the AFC Deputy Director of the Competitions and Football Events Division. Avaz, please.
Thank you, Megat. Hello, everyone, and very good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in and joining us for this draw event. And I would like to welcome the guests who are also taking part in this draw in AFC Auditorium today at the home of Asian football here in Kuala Lumpur. As mentioned, we have a total of 45 teams confirmed their participation in the qualifiers, with the latest edition of 2 teams, Afghanistan and Yemen. And AFC Under-20 Asian Cup 2025 will be held next February in China. But before that, we have to identify which are the 15 teams who will join China PR, and we have to have draw for qualifiers, which will be held in September this year. They will be divided into 10 groups during the draw, and in front of me I have 5 pots. Teams are divided into 5 pots according to their ranking, and if you can see, there are some different color balls inside each pot. They are the hosts of the competitions, and I will now move these host pots into separate pot in order to start the draw with the host allocation. In pot 1, we have 3 teams interested to host, and they will be taken out from the pot to be placed in host spot. Pot 2, we have 4 teams. In pot 3, 1, and in pot 2, 4, we have 2 teams. Total 10 hosts of the 10 groups. They will be drawn into 10 different groups, but they will identify the same position from which pot they have been taken out. So computer will help me to allocate their position during the draw, but my job will be to allocate them into 10 groups in alphabetical order. After this, we'll identify teams into respective positions as per their pot number. Without further ado, allow me to start the draw by identifying which group will be hosted by which country. The first ball of the day, hosting Group A, will be Vietnam. Vietnam will take position 1 in Group A, as they have been taken from pot 1, and their best finish was 4th position in 1961. Vietnam, host of Group A, position 1 in Group A. Hosting Group B, we have the next team, Chinese Taipei. Chinese Taipei will take position 3 in Group B. Their best finish was 3rd position back in 60s. Last appearance in the final competition was in 2018. Chinese Taipei, B3. Host of Group C, we have Kuwait. Kuwait is hosting both youth competitions, under 17 qualifiers and under 20 as well. They participated in this competition 2 times, finishing third, and their last appearance in the final was back in 2012. Kuwait takes position 4 in Group C. Hosting Group D, we have the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia will go to Group D, and this is a strong team, 3-time winners of the competition. They were eliminated in the group stage in the last edition. They will take position 2 in Group D, which is the same number of the pot they have been taken out from. Saudi D2. Host of Group E will be Tajikistan. The matches will be played in the capital Dushanbe, and their best finish was quarterfinals. They did it actually 2 times. They were eliminated during the group stage in the last edition in 2023 in Uzbekistan. Tajikistan takes position 1 in Group E. The host of Group F will be Indonesia. Indonesia is also hosting both youth competitions. They are winner of the AFC Under 20 Asian Cup, which was called Under 19 Championship back in then in 1961. And now they will try to qualify to the final competition from Group F, position 1, which they will be hosting. Host of Group G, we have Laos. Computer telling me that position 4, so Laos will go to Group G, position 4, and their best finish was quarterfinals back in 1970, and they will take position 4 in Group G as it is confirmed now on the screen. Laos G4. Host of Group H is Thailand. Another team hosting both youth competitions, and we would like to thank Football Association of Thailand for their commitment in hosting and providing facilities for us. They are the 2 times winners of the competition. Their last appearance was in 2018. Thailand will host Group H and take position H2. 2 teams remaining, Kyrgyz Republic and Qatar, and we allocate them into groups I and J. Kyrgyz Republic. Capital city Bishkek will be the host for Group I, and they will take position 2. Eliminated in the group stage in the last edition in Uzbekistan, they will aim for their 3rd appearance in the final competition, Kyrgyz Republic I2. The final ball of the day should be Qatar, and here is the confirmation. Qatar takes Group J, hosts Group J, and their position will be 2. Their only title came in 2014, and I'm sure Qatar will be aiming to repeat that success. They will host Group J, position 2. Now we know which group will be hosted by which member association. Our next job will be to allocate teams that will travel to those host countries. Starting from pot 5, it's very straightforward. We'll identify teams into groups by alphabetical order, and they will all take position 5 in each respective group. Starting from A, traveling to Vietnam. Guam. Guam will take position 5 in Group A. They have never played in the final competition, but they are active participants. They have played 10 times in our qualifiers. Guam will be joining Group A, position 5. Group B, position 5, Nepal. Last appearance in the final was 20 years ago in 2004. They will be aiming their 5th appearance in the final competition. Nepal B5. We have Northern Mariana Islands, DPR Korea, and Macau remaining in the pot. Joining Group C and traveling to Kuwait, we have Northern Mariana Islands. They have not yet qualified to the final competition. This is their 3rd qualifying campaign, and Northern Mariana Islands will have a long travel to join Kuwait in Group C, position 5. We have DPR Korea and Macau remaining. Macau will travel to Saudi Arabia. Position 5 in Group D, not yet qualified to the final competition, but active participant. I think they have been already 17 times in our competition qualifiers in AFC Under-20 Asian Cup and also Under-19 Championship, how it was called before. Macau D5. Final ball is DPR Korea, and here is the confirmation that they will travel to Group E to Tajikistan. DPR Korea D5, E5. They are the 3 times winners of the competition, quite strong team. Their last appearance was in 2018. They missed the previous edition, therefore their ranking is quite low at this competition, but very strong team, tough opponent for hosts Tajikistan. We move on now to pot 4. We will do the same, but we will skip the teams who have already been drawn from this pot, namely Kuwait in Group C and Laos in Group G. Group A, position 4, Bhutan. Not yet qualified to the final competition. They will join Guam and hosts Vietnam in Group A. We are completing groups one by one, and now Group B, position 4, Cambodia. They will travel to Chinese Taipei and take position 4 in Group B. They appeared in the final competition back in 1974 when it was called AFC Under-19 Championship, and they have never qualified to the final competition since then. Cambodia B4. We skip Group C. Joining Group D in Saudi Arabia, we have the next team. Afghanistan. Best ever finish was quarterfinals back in 1977. Last appearance actually was in 1978, 1 year later. After that, they have not yet qualified to the final competition. Afghanistan takes position 4 in Group D and travels to Saudi Arabia. Tajikistan and People's Republic of Korea will be joined by Sri Lanka. Last appearance was back in 1986. They will be aiming their 11th appearance in the final competition. So 11th attempt to qualify for the final competition. Sri Lanka E4. Now Group F, position 4, joining Indonesia and playing their first match in the qualifiers against hosts Indonesia. We have Maldives. They have also not yet qualified to the final of this age category. The 17th time participating in our qualifiers. Maldives F4. We skip Group G where Laos has already been drawn, and we go to Group H. Joining Thailand, we have Brunei Darussalam. They will travel to Thailand and they will try to repeat their result back in 1975 when they qualified to the final competition at this age category. Brunei Darussalam, H4. 2 more balls remaining, Turkmenistan and Hong Kong, China. Let's see if we see Central Asian Derby in Group I. Kyrgyz Republic will welcome neighboring Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan takes position 4 in Group A. They have never qualified to the final competition at this age category, and they will be doing their best efforts with the matches to be played in Bishkek, Kyrgyz Republic in Group I. Turkmenistan, I4. Final ball, Hong Kong, China. Here is the confirmation that they will travel to Qatar for the matches in Group J. Hong Kong, China, J4. We are now halfway through, and we continue with the draw allocating teams from pot 3, pot 2, and pot 1. Same logic will apply. Whichever group has already position 3 occupied, we will skip that group and continue in alphabetical order for the next following group. Starting from A. Joining Vietnam, Bhutan, and Guam, we have Bangladesh. Best finish was 5th position in 1980. The last appearance in the final was in 2002. Bangladesh, Group A, position 3. Group C, joining Kuwait and Northern Mariana Islands, United Arab Emirates. They will be traveling not far, unlike Northern Mariana Island in the same group. They will come to Kuwait. United Arab Emirates, position 3 in Group C. Champion in 2008, when they hosted the competition, they will take position 3 in Group C. 2008 competition was in Saudi Arabia. UAE win in Saudi Arabia, defeating Uzbekistan in the final. Yes, correct. Now Group D, we are going to position 3 in Group D, Palestine. First appearance in the final yet to happen. Palestine has never qualified to the final competition. This is their 10th qualification campaign, and they will travel to neighboring Saudi Arabia together with Afghanistan and Macau, the same region. Palestine, D3. Tajikistan will welcome another team together with Sri Lanka and Pakistan. It is Malaysia. We have team representatives from Malaysia joining us today, and I see smiles on their faces. Best finish was 2nd place. 3 times they finished 2nd in the competition. They missed the previous edition. Their last edition was 2018 when they qualified for the final. Hopefully Malaysia will be able to repeat the same result. But group is tough, as we can see. DPR Korea, Sri Lanka, and of course hosts Tajikistan. Malaysia, E3. Traveling to Indonesia, in Group F, we have Timor-Leste. So it will be a very short trip for Timor-Leste, neighboring country, just across the border, and they will take position 3 in Group F. They have never qualified to the final competition, and this will be their next attempt to do so in neighboring Indonesia. Timor-Leste, F3. 4 more balls remaining. And Philippines, India, Myanmar, or Singapore. It is India. They will travel to Laos, champion of same age category in 1974. India has to recover their back old days when they had the glories. Now they will try to qualify for the final competition from Group G, where they will take position 3 in Laos. India G3. Joining Group H, position 3, Philippines. Another ASEAN country traveling to Thailand. They will join hosts Thailand together with Brunei in Group H. Myanmar and Singapore remaining. And now we have Kyrgyz Republic and Qatar, hosts of 2 remaining groups waiting for them. Central Asian pair, Kyrgyz Republic and Turkmenistan, will welcome Myanmar. 7 times winners of this competition. This is second most in the tournament history, but their last appearance was back in 2014, 10 years ago. They are participating in our competition for 20th time. Myanmar will go to Kyrgyz Republic in Group I, taking position 3 by draw. Myanmar I3. The final ball should be Singapore, the lowest ranked team in pot 3, and they will be joining Qatar and Hong Kong. Here is the confirmation. Group J, position 3, Singapore. We have 2 pots remaining. Groups are almost shaped up. And now in Group A, we actually will complete the group because position 1 has already been drawn, same as in Group E and F. And we will skip Groups D, H, I, and J because those teams from pot 2 have already been drawn into respective groups. Joining Group A and completing Group A, we have Syria. They will join Vietnam, Bangladesh, Bhutan, and Guam. Champion in 1994, but in the last edition they eliminated from the group stage. Strong team joining hosts Vietnam in Group A. Group B, position 2. Bahrain. Best finish was second position in 86. Last appearance was in 2016. So Bahrain have to focus on coming back to the final competitions, and they will be doing that from Group B, which will be hosted in Chinese Taipei. Bahrain B2. Group C, UAE, Kuwait, and Northern Mariana Islands welcome Lebanon. 2008 was the last time we saw Lebanon in the final competition. If they qualify, this will be their 3rd appearance in the final competition in China next year. Lebanon C2. Group D, Saudi Arabia has already been drawn from this spot, so their position is already confirmed. We move to Group E, and we will complete Group E with the next team. So joining Malaysia, Sri Lanka, DPR Korea, and hosts Tajikistan, we have Oman. Eliminated in the group stage in the last edition in Uzbekistan, they will look for 3rd qualification to the final competition. Oman will give a tough challenge to host Tajikistan, to Malaysia, to Sri Lanka, and DPR Korea. Very strong group indeed. Group F, position 2. Yemen. Previous appearance in the finals was back in 2016. Yemen missed next 2 editions. Now they will take position 2 in Group F in order to come back stronger. Indonesia, Yemen, Timor-Leste, Maldives in Group F. The final ball takes position 2 in Group G. It should be Mongolia. And here is the confirmation. Mongolia. This is their 5th qualification campaign. Group G, position 2, and the host is Laos. Finally, the final pot. We have 7 teams remaining and 7 groups empty for this draw. We have already drawn Group A, E, and F. Those groups will be not touching because there is no more space anyway to do the draw. We start from Group B. Group B, position 1. Uzbekistan. They will be traveling to Chinese Taipei, defending champions. They won their first title when they hosted the competition last year, and they will be aiming for their 9th qualification to the final competition. Uzbekistan, Bahrain, Chinese Taipei, Cambodia, and Nepal. Group C, position 1. Korea Republic. Traveling to Kuwait together with Lebanon, United Arab Emirates, and Northern Mariana Islands. Record 12 times champions, semi-finalists in the last edition. Their last title was back in 2012. Korea will definitely be looking forward to repeat that success. Group C, position 1. Group D, position 1. Traveling to Saudi Arabia, we have Australia. Very strong opponent. They have not won the competition, but second place was their best finish back in 2010. Quarter-finalist in the last edition. Qualified for every edition since joining AFC. Australia joins Group D, position 1, to be held in Saudi Arabia together with Palestine, Afghanistan, and Macau. Group E and F are already complete, so we go to Group G with the next team. Mongolia, India, and Laos. Islamic Republic of Iran will be the #1 team in this group. 4-time winners, quarter-finalists in the last edition in Uzbekistan. Iran takes position 1 in Group G. Group H, position 1, Iraq. Competition will be held in Thailand. 5 times winners. Iraq will be traveling as runners-up of the previous competition to Thailand. They take position 1 in Group H. 2 teams remaining, Japan and Jordan, and they will go to Groups I and J. Traveling to Kyrgyz Republic, we have Japan. Champion in 2016, that's the only time they won the competition. Semi-finalist in the last edition, 6 times runners-up. They're always very close to lifting the title. Japan, I-1, traveling to Kyrgyz Republic together with Myanmar and Turkmenistan. Last ball from the pot should be Jordan. Here is the confirmation, and they will be traveling within the region to Qatar. Jordan, J1. Best finish was 4th place in 2006. Quarter-finalist in the last edition in 2023. Aiming for 9th appearance in the final competition. They take position 1 in Group J. This completes the draw for 45 teams that are competing in the qualifiers. I wish good luck to all participants and thank you for your attention. For those teams who had the easier groups as they believe, thank you for your attention again. But for those who got tougher group, we wish them good luck and best performance in the qualifiers to be played later this year. I look forward to see you all in China next February. Thank you for your attention, and back to you again.
As always, thank you, Abbas, for being our draw conductor today. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the 10 qualification groups for the AFC Under-20 Asian Cup 2025. Let me now just quickly recap the draw results. Beginning with Group A, we have host Vietnam, and they will be joined by the participating teams Syria, Bangladesh, Bhutan, and Guam. Group B, Uzbekistan, Bahrain, host Chinese Taipei, Cambodia, and Nepal. Moving on to Group C, beginning with Korea Republic, followed by Lebanon, United Arab Emirates, host Kuwait, and Northern Mariana Islands. Group D, Australia, Saudi Arabia, Palestine, Afghanistan, and Macau. The following group will be hosted by Saudi Arabia. Group E, Tajikistan, Oman, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, and DPR Korea. Group E will be hosted by Tajikistan. Group F, being hosted by Indonesia, will be joined by Yemen, Timor-Leste, and Maldives. Moving on to Group G, we have Islamic Republic of Iran, Mongolia, India, and host Laos. Group H, we have Iraq, Thailand, the Philippines, and Brunei Darussalam. The following group will be hosted by Thailand. Moving on to Group I, Japan, host Kyrgyz Republic, Myanmar, and Turkmenistan. Finally, Group J, that has Jordan, Qatar, Singapore, and Hong Kong, China. Group J will be hosted by Qatar. And that brings us to the end of the draw, as the stage is now set for the AFC U20 Asian Cup 2025 qualifiers. Looking at the groups, there promises to be some exciting matchups in store for us when these qualifiers take place from September 21 to 29. And as always, we wish the very best of luck to all the participating teams. To all the passionate fans of Asian football, remember, you can tune in to the AFC's digital channels for all the latest updates. And of course, you can download the AFC's official mobile app, AFC Live, for a truly immersive football experience. A huge thank you to everyone who has tuned in today, and goodbye for now.